If you dream about studying in Europe in 2025 without worrying about the cost, this might be your opportunity that you were waiting for, because in this video I will share with you a scholarship that is offering a lot of benefit to study in one of the European countries on a fully funded scholarship. The scholarship that I'm sharing with you here today cover a lot of cost, from tuition fees to accommodation and also monthly allowance. Okay, this scholarship cover a lot of things. So first of all, I would like to let you know I have the PDF for the application call. If you are interested about this, having this PDF, because it's 28 pages, and I will make sure that I have explained everything, because there are a lot of mistakes that many applicants are doing that prevent them to get the scholarship. So if you are interested, I will share with you. Just let me know in the comment section. I will share this PDF with you. So try to make sure that we stay until the end, because as an awardee of a scholarship, I know how to apply to a scholarship. So make sure that we stay until the end of this video, so that you get to know how to apply about this for this scholarship. And this scholarship is available for masters, bachelor degree, masters, and also PhD. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's go straight to the point. And if you did not yet subscribe, I would like to invite you to do so, so that you join the community. And don't forget to join the WhatsApp group, of course, where we are sharing also tips and helping each other. You will also connect with other scholarship seekers as well, and also get question directly, get response directly from me. Okay, so first of all, as you can see here, this is this type. Sorry. Okay, let's go. Okay, the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship program. This is a scholarship that was launched in 2013. Maybe you have already heard about it, but I would like to share with you, especially in this video, tips to help you win this scholarship, because that's the important things. Many people know about scholarship, but they don't know how to apply. And this is what I'm doing, and what I always do in my all my videos. Okay, you can watch other video that I have already shared here. So the scholarship is managed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, okay, and Trade, and also coordinated by the Tempus Public Foundation. Okay, this is a bilateral education cooperation agreement signed between the ministry responsible for education and also more than 90 sending partners in this program. Okay, so the scholarship offer both full degree and partial study. So if, for example, you don't want to study a full degree, you can also study a partial study with this scholarship. Okay, as I said earlier, this is for bachelor and masters and also doctoral programs, mostly in the English language. However, other foreign language study programs are also available in the framework of the scholarship. Students can also apply for a 1-year Hungarian language preparatory training course. So it means you can also apply for 1 year to study their language, after which they can pursue their higher education study in the Hungarian language. If you don't speak English, you can of course apply also. You will do a year in Hungarian language, and then you start your program in the same language. Okay, so they are the scholarship holder are encouraged to focus on the academic advancement during their stay in Hungary, as their tuition fees are covered and the accommodation and living costs are supported as well. So you can see here everything is supported by the scholarship. Okay, upon finishing their study, a European degree in hand provide graduate with a wide range of opportunity in the global market, of course. Okay, so let's this was just an overview. We cannot read it all, we don't have time for all of that. Okay, that's why I said I will share with you the PDF if you are interested about this. Okay, so as I said earlier, this is for bachelor, master's, and 1-tier program, and non-degree, and also postgraduate. This is this PDF file especially is for the 3 programs: the bachelor, the masters, and 1-tier masters and non-degree program. There's also the call for PhD if you are you would like to apply for PhD. Okay, that's what I wanted to mention here. If you apply for a if you apply, for example, for a master's degree, a bachelor degree, you will do for full-time 2 to 4 years. If it is just an exchange program, it will be 1 to 2 semester. Okay, the same thing for the master's degree, 1 to 2 years, and also 1 to 2 semester according to the program, and also according to the university you applied for. Okay, because that's why it's very important to know the program, and also to get in touch with the university. I will share with you how to get that and how to do that later in this video. Okay, and there's also a non-degree program. You can also study a non-degree program, which is the language, like the Hungarian language program, which is 1 year program. Okay, with not a degree, but you will have you just get a certificate. Okay, after you finish, and then you continue the program that will give you the degree you applied for, either bachelor or master. Okay, there are also postgraduate specialist training from 1 to 2 years. Okay, so now let's see what are the scholarship covered behind all of this, so that you know if you are going to apply or not. Okay, so first we have here the provision covered by the scholarship: tuition fees, education, exemption from the payment of tuition fees. You see, you'll be exempted from paying the tuition fees. You will not pay anything related to tuition fees. You will also have a monthly stipend of 40,700 of their money, which is around 110 euro. Okay, this will be contributing to your living expenses for 12 months a year until the completion of your study. So it means you are not going to pay for your accommodation, like your living expenses. Okay, they will pay you 110 euro around that amount, so that you will manage with your living expenses within the year, and the next year also the same thing until you complete your study. Now when it comes to the accommodation, you will see here you will have free dormitory place depending on institutional capacity or contribution. Okay, so the accommodation cost for the whole duration of the scholarship period. However, you need to know that if the student does not live in the dormitory, that amount is a contribution to the rental cost. So maybe it will differ from one city to another, especially when it's come to the capital city. So you need to make sure that if you don't stay on campus, you need to choose a place where it not exceed the amount you receive for the accommodation. It's very important. Okay, so after that we have medical insurance. This scholarship also covers the medical insurance, healthcare service according to the relevant Hungarian legislation. You will also have that for 160 euro per year per person. Okay, these are the contribution to the living expenses. Of course, it means that it doesn't fully cover all the living costs, and the student need to add their own financial resources to cover all the expensive living expenses in Hungary. Okay, so it's very important to make sure that the lifestyle that you will maintain will be according to the university, according to the city you are, and also your financial situation. Okay, now when it's come to the eligibility criteria, are you interested about the scholarship? Just let me know in the comment section. And in which country are you watching from? What is your level of study, either bachelor or master's, or what are you applying for? Okay, so the Stipendium Hungarian program is based on effective bilateral education, as I said earlier. So these are the countries that are eligible to apply for this scholarship. We cannot count them all. You'll definitely find your country somewhere here. Okay, you'll find your country here. If not, you can also check those those down here. So that's why I really earlier mentioned, if you are interested about getting the PDF, to let me know. I will share with you. Okay, so these are the countries that are eligible to apply for this scholarship. Okay, so we go for that without wasting your time. We directly go to the non-eligible. Okay, if you find yourself within these people, it means you are not eligible. First of all, Hungarian citizen not eligible for the scholarship because they have their own program. Applicant with citizen different from sending the partner. For example, only Argentinian citizen can apply through the Argentinian sending partner. So it means you cannot apply from a sending partner that is not from your country. Okay, you need to make sure that you are applying through the program specific for your country partner university. Okay, applicant from born after 31st August 2007, like it means applicant under 18 years old as of 31st August 2025, except applicant applying for dance study, applying for doctoral program within the SC stipend in the same application rate. Like you are already a student there and you would like to apply within the same year, you did not yet finish your study, you cannot apply. Applicants who are registered self-financed paying student at the Hungarian higher education already and who are applying for study level below their self-financed study. It means that the self-master student of a Hungarian program cannot apply for bachelor degree. You are already doing master, you cannot apply for PhD, for bachelor degree, of course. Okay. So I would like to show something because this is too much information. The available host institutions and the study program. So here you have at this level 30 Hungarian higher education institutions are engaged in this program. Okay, so with about 800 study program, you will of course definitely find your program of study within this program. They have 800 study programs in foreign languages, taught mainly in the English language. Okay, study programs are generally available in English and Hungarian, with some program offered in German and French as well. So you need to make sure, if for example you are from French speaking country, you need to make sure you choose a program that are taught in French. This will prevent you from doing for you to ask for them to ask you the English certificate or the certificate for Hungarian or even German language, because you already speak French, and it's the same thing if you speak German or English. Okay, but if you speak already Hungarian, you can provide the certificate and also study in the language. It's actually up to you. So you have multiple choice for you to apply for this scholarship. Okay, so the available study program and hosting are accessed through the online application system. This link I will put it in the video description. You can have access to it and you can directly go apply by yourself, or if you need help assistance from me, you can also let me know. I will make sure that I do what I can. Applicants are eligible to apply only for those scholarship type and study field that are determined in the educational cooperation program in effect between Hungarian and the specific sending partner. You will see here the full list of available program. You can just click on this. You will go directly to that web page to have all the information related. So in order to select a partner, order of selected study partner. So in addition to the first choice, you have an opportunity to also apply for a second choice. It means you can apply up to 2 different study programs in order of preference. This program can be both at the same host institution or different host institution. You see, you can either apply one program for 2 universities, or you apply for 1 university 2 programs. It's actually up to you. Okay. In the application process, the first selection and examination procedure will be conducted for the study program selected as the applicant primary choice. If you apply for 2 programs, they will consider you most for the first choice. So it means you have to make sure that you only choose the program that you like the most for the first choice. Okay. Now, only the remaining 3 places will be filled with those applicants who are not approved for their primary choice of program. Okay, and have to make sure also this is another mistake that a lot of people are doing if they are applying to scholarship. Don't apply to a program that you don't like, because you will not be able to change it after. Okay, you need to know that you cannot modify the selected programs, including the study language and the study mode. If you have already submitted the application, you can no longer change it after the application deadline. So that's why they strongly advise all applicants to carefully check the minimum entry requirement of the study program and take time to decide on the order of preference. It's very, very important to make sure that you do that. Okay. Now the language study, we have them. Applicants are eligible to apply only if they meet the minimum language criteria set by the chosen university. So that's why I said you need to make sure that you get in touch with 1 university that is offering your program of study. Okay, and then you check their minimum requirement, their minimum language criteria, because if you don't meet it, you cannot be eligible to apply, even if you have good GPA or okay, even if you have good GPA or you have everything that is required, but if you don't meet the language requirement, because you will be using that language to study, so it's very important to check that with your university before starting your application. Really important. Okay, so the minimum of knowledge, for example, full degree level of English proficiency determined by the host institution, you need to make sure. So language preparatory, you don't need any language preparatory program for that. If you speak English and you already have the proof that you don't need a language program, you directly continue to study. Minimum level of Hungarian proof is determined by the institution. Language prepared none. If your language certificate is uploaded, you don't need it actually. Minimum knowledge of French determined by the host institution. The same thing, not available. Okay, if you already have English language skills, you don't need any other year for you to study. Okay, so the language preparatory program for in Hungarian program, obligatory 1 year program, language preparatory course not available. So this one not available for the partial exchange student. However, for the people who might be doing full degree study, they will need to make sure that they do this one if they don't speak Hungarian and they would like to study in Hungarian language. Okay, so related to the application, when it's come to the language choice in the online application system, you need to make sure that you click on no. For example, if you say would you like to perform your study in Hungarian at the selected full degree program? So if you click on yes, I would like to perform my study in this language for the selected program. If you select this, you can only be considered for the selected full degree program in the Hungarian language. Therefore, you need to make sure that while filling the application for if you apply for a preparatory course, you need to select no, I would not like to study in Hungarian at my full degree program, so that they don't consider you for that. Okay, because if you say yes, you're gonna provide the proof that you speak that language. Okay, so student in English or other language, student shall have the level of proficiency in the language of education are required by the host university. That's why I mentioned earlier it's very important to make sure that you get in touch with the university or you go through the web like to the website of that university to make sure you meet the requirement. The academic, the document, I will come later for the document, and after that also for the language, because if you don't meet the language criteria, you cannot apply to the scholarship. Okay, study in the Hungarian language. Applicant who wish to study must have a sufficient language proficiency. Of course, a copy of the proof of Hungarian as a foreign language knowledge must be uploaded as part of the application if you choose that in the application portal. Okay, so now let's come to the application process and timeline. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, for January 15 2025 will be the deadline for application. Okay, you need to make sure that you apply by January 15 2025. You still have time, more than 2 months. Okay, you have about 2 months, not more than 2 months. You have about 2 months right now to apply and to get ready. There is a lot of documents that you need to make sure that you have it. This will be the next step after this part, so try of course to stay until the end of the video so that you get all the information required. Now after that, on like for 28 February, the first selection point, technical and check and nomination process. After that, in March, submission deadline of the recommendation letter, because you will need that for self-finance student only. Okay, but middle of March and end of May 2025, second selection, the institutional admission procedure to know that either you get admitted or not. And then if it is positive, you will then submit a medical certificate, get ready for that. And then in the end of June to July, you will be notified about the selection process, and then start your visa application in July and August. So there is another thing that I would like to mention here related to the visa and the flight ticket. This scholarship does not cover the flight ticket and the visa. However, for some embassy, they give exemption to students who are applying for visa. Okay, but it's different from one embassy to another. You need to make sure you check it with the embassy in your country. Okay, so after that, we come to the application, like to the document section. What are the documents required for this application? First, you need to know that there's an application form that you need to fill online. The one that I've shown you the link, I will also share it with you. You must save all requested information on the online application form in English. Okay, a recent photo of the applicant taken not earlier than 2 years. Make sure that you meet this guideline. Don't put a picture that is older than 2 years. Okay, those who apply for partial and exchange program must clearly state the length indicated in months and start date from September or February of the study they applied for. It's very important that you make sure that you maintain this one in the application portal online. The motivation letter, minimum 1 page. Type in time new Roman 12-point letter written in the language of the selected study program. 4. If your program of study is in French, or is in English, or is in German, you need to make sure that the motivation letter that you will write will be in that language. Okay, it needs to be in that language. And try to make sure that you stand out during that period for the motivation letter, because when it's come to motivation letter, you are going to highlight a lot of things. Who are you, what do you want to study, what will you do after you study, why will they take you as a student, not others. So try to highlight all those point step by step so that you be considered for this scholarship. It's very really important, because this motivation letter really have a lot of strong decision from the committee, because part of the decision that they will be taking from for your application will be the motivation letter that you wrote to them. So it's very important that you make sure that you write outstanding recommendation motivation letter. Okay, so proof of language proficiency and translation in the language of selected program. So scan the copy of the original proof of the language proficiency with the minimum level determined by the host university, of course. In case the student has completed previous level of study in the language, for example, you study in English, so you can provide proof can be uploaded about the fact that the language of education was the same as the language of the study program he is now applying. The program you are applying for is in English. You study in English, even if you are not from an English-speaking country, you can provide a certificate that proves that you can speak English, and then your program was taught in English, the same that the program you are applying for. So translation must also only be attached if the copy of the original document is not in the language of the selected program. You also need the school, the certificate and the transcript, of course, for all of them. You need the certificate and the transcript for the bachelor degree, and also master if you are applying for PhD, and so on. You need to make sure you scan all of them, you translate them if they are not in the language of the program you are applying for. Okay, applicant register in the document must be certified that the student study is accepted to exit during the partial study as well in its translation. And then the transcript record, the same thing. The copy of original transcript and record all semester school year during the previous study have to be translated in the language of the program you are applying. The passport, copy of identification document. You need to provide that the applicant already has the passport. A scanned copy of the passport data page should be uploaded. In case the applicant do not yet have a passport, they should upload a scanned copy of their national identity card. That page must be uploaded, which contain both the personal data and the photograph of the applicant. Acceptance statement of the application through the online application. In the online application, you will see acceptance of the statement for application. Every scholarship has agreement, so you need to make sure that you accept it and you upload that one also. Really, it's really very important. You need to accept that, because if not, you cannot apply. And then the medical certificate, if you are accepted, you will be given the time by April to provide your certificate, like your medical certificate. Okay, so all these documents cannot be obtained or produced in the language of the selected program, or Hungarian must be translated. If your language of instruction in your country is not the same as the language of the program you applied for, you need to translate all of them. Okay, so after that, we have here missing documents. So all documents listed in section 3 are mandatory application documents. However, certain documents are accepted to be uploaded even after the application. For example, the certificate of health. Okay, so after we finish this one, the following missing document can be submitted after the application deadline, but no later than August 25. High school certificate only applicable for the last semester. For example, you are in your last semester, you do not yet have your certificate, you can still upload it later. Declaration, what must be uploaded until January 2020. So you need to make a declaration a declaration stating that you will be graduating next year and you will be uploading the certificate later. Okay, you upload that one at the place of the high school certificate. What must be uploaded later? Your high school graduation certificate by August 2025. Because when currently you are applying, you don't have the certificate. So you make sure that you make a declaration, you sign it, you upload it at the place of the bachelor degree or high school degree or master's degree. Okay, and then later if you have the degree, then you upload it directly. It's very easy, right? Certificate of language, the same thing. Only applicants are waiting their language test result at the time of application. You need also to make a declaration. If you are doing the test and you did not yet get the certificate, you can still make that declaration and also upload the certificate later. The copy of the valid passport. If you don't have it, you can make a declaration and also upload your national ID. Okay, they really make it easy. So all applications shall be submitted through the online application system, which is this one. Okay, a guide for the online system will be available to download here. This is what I did, and the online application system can be accessed here. This is what I will copy and put in your in the video description. All applicants are highly advised to carefully read the do's and don'ts. Please do that. Here you can click here and go directly to have access to do and don'ts during your application, if you would like to get this scholarship. Of course, many people just try to apply for scholarship just for applying. Try to make sure when you are applying for a scholarship, you make sure you meet the deadline, you meet the guideline, everything related to the scholarship, so that you don't just waste your time. Yeah, so that's it. Here is the program, how it will be. In November to December, you need to make sure you read it, you understand, you get in touch with the university, okay, about the selection procedure, how does it work in their university, and then they will respond to you. Now you have until the deadline to submit your application, and after that, the second half of January, there will be technical check of the application to check everything with the Tempus Public Foundation, and applicants submit a document to the online surface. And in November to January 2025, applicants read the guideline Tempus to the application. So all of this moment, after reading it to the half of January until the end of February 2025, the sending partner pre-select the submitted applicant and send a nomination and a reserve list to Tempus Public Foundation. And in March, submission deadline of the recommendation letter. This is just for the self-finance. In the middle of March, nominated applicants are forwarded to the host institution for admission process. And then until 15 April, submitting the medical certificate if you did not yet done it before. On to the mid-March to the end of May, this institution select the applicant who made the minimum entry requirement and inform them about the details, date, and method of the exam start. So in May, this institution forward the result of the admission to process to Tempus Public Foundation. Then in end of May, they allocate the applicant based on the application preference, the entrance exam result, and the capacity of the host institution. How many students they will accept. And then in June, they will make a decision about your application. Then at the end of June, you will know about your result. And then in August, you accept the scholarship. And then if there is any missing document, you also upload it. And then from July to August, you start your visa application and you prepare your study to Hungary. Okay, so that's all for this video. There is still many information here, but not that really important as as what I have already highlighted, because that's the acceptance of the scholarship. So do not hold the second degree, fail to upload the missing document, I already explained that, and also acceptance of scholarship for conditional approved. These are also important information. However, I highlighted the general requirement and everything related to the visa, everything related to the application. For example, visa application, you are requested to start your visa application process immediately after receiving the positive decision about the scholarship. It may take 30 days until a visa is issued. You need to contact the competent consular office to apply for a visa to Hungary. Okay, So you need to make sure also you know how to apply this. You just contact the embassy. They will make sure that they give you all the information required. There's another one, regulation and right and obligation. Read this thing, guys. Leave me a comment so that I share this document with you, okay? Because you need to make sure that you meet everything. So there's also their emails here. The email is here and the phone number is here. You can contact them directly to get to know more about this scholarship. And also, don't make any mistake, okay? If you make sure that you put all the necessary document, your effort in this application, you will be one of the winner of this scholarship next year. Let me know if this video was helpful, and I invite you also to watch other videos that I have already uploaded on this portal. There are many scholarships currently ongoing, either in Indonesia or in Europe or in the US. You can just visit my playlist and also check all those scholarship ongoing currently. Join the WhatsApp group, follow, subscribe to this channel, and also share this video to other people who might be interested about studying abroad, especially in Hungary, for this scholarship. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.